Sometimes intrigued by the kind of imagery I get on social media, especially those friends who want to catch my attention. They say it's like a spoon removing water from a bucket. Hey, wait a minute.
Hi friends, welcome to this travel grievance. We are going to touch upon a very important subject of travel grievance on the UAE India sector both ways. This is affecting a lot of people, and since our voices have not been heard by the ministries, we are trying to raise our grievance through a detailed video explaining our condition. Indians in UAE are approximately 3.4 million in numbers. 65% of these are blue collared and 35% are white collar professionals, businessmen, executives. In remittances, that is the money transferred to India, uh, residents from UAE transfer about 13.8 billion USD per year. This is roughly about 3% of annual budget if you just want to have a comparison of how much money this is. Indians have been residing over there since 1950s. For the past few days, our Honorable Minister, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri, Minister of Civil Aviation, has informed UAE residents that he is willing to help them to travel back if they have permission to enter. And this has been repeated time and again, first on May 30 and then again on June 10, 11, 12 and so on. What we understand is that there is no objection by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, since the minister has himself stated it multiple times. But the concern over here is that why does he have to mention it again and again? The reason is because they are aware that there has been no relief, and such statements of giving assistance look good in the media, but the reality on the ground is something very different. While we are pleading and requesting to get back to our life, I believe it should not be termed as trolling. The minister has claimed on multiple occasions that he is upset with the social media attention, and he has even gone ahead to call us trolls. Sorry sir, with due respect, we are Indians, not trolls. Let us talk about the demand of India-UAE air route. There is a high demand of this route since both the nations share very cordial relations. There is no objection or guidance in specific to this route from MEA, which means we are clear to fly. MEA has been in constant communication with Abu Dhabi, that is the capital of UAE. A lot of visitors and family members went to UAE in February and March, unaware of the escalation that COVID would have taken. A lot of job seekers were there since the start of the year, since UAE was about to host the Expo 2021 in October. So the market was picking up and a lot of job seekers were there. Few of them have lost their jobs due to the COVID restrictions worldwide and the impact on economy. Few decided to quit their jobs because of personal reasons or health reasons. Few Indians who were working over there came on vacation to India or family functions or any other such emergencies and need to return back. So there is quite a lot of demand that's already there on this particular sector. Let us look at another statement by the minister.
So the total evacuation out, which has come, people already brought back, stranded Indians in distress, is close to 275,000. So any attempt to portray on social media that, people, look, we are doing the best that we can.
The minister has claimed that around 275,000 Indians have returned to India. I congratulate the ministry on such a mammoth task that they have undertaken. It's a really very good figure that has happened. But this has only 23,900 Indians repatriated from UAE since May 7th. That is 6 weeks after the lockdown. So 6 weeks of lockdown was not utilized to evacuate any Indians. Only after 6 weeks the first operation started, and till 12 weeks after the first lockdown, we have had only 24,000 Indians from UAE. This turns out to an average of 900 to 1,100 Indians per day. However, 450,000 Indians have registered to return back. So we can see that almost 400,000 more Indians want to return. Assuming that the ministry is going to increase Vande Bharat flights by 3 times, we are expecting that 3,000 Indians per day shall be repatriated. Even if we add a few more charter flights and arrangements done by companies in bulk, we are looking at a timeline of 142 days if the speed is maintained at the same pace that we are estimating of 3,000 to 3,200 Indians per day. This is way much more than the August deadline of amnesty provided to UAE residents whose visas have expired. All these figures have been reported widely in renowned newspapers, and the consulate has themselves acknowledged these figures. By the end of June, only 90,000 out of the 450,000 Indians registered are estimated to come back, which is just about 20% of Indians. It is surprising to know how the government decides that the other 350,000 or 360,000 people are not in emergency and can keep waiting on. It is very surprising, since each person may have their own reason to come back, and they have the right to come back if they are paying for it. Demand of India UAE route. Since 450,000 Indians are registered, these are Indians in distress. But we have not considered those who wish to take a break from their daily life after the COVID stress. We have not considered any travel for leisure. We have not considered any travel for vacation. These are only 450,000 Indians who have registered to come back because they are in distress. 0 passengers who are Indian residents have been repatriated from India to UAE, despite the assurances that we had seen earlier by the minister. Government claims that the best is being done, but the speed that they are at versus the need that is existing is not matching. Many are in dire scenario on both sides. There are articles published in international newspapers which is not reflecting good on the image of the country that we are trying to portray. It is also not reflecting good on the morale of the residents. About residents' approval to return, which the government was claiming, residents who want to return to UAE require IC approval. They do not have any other restriction or requirement, which is clearly announced in public domain. It has also been announced by the UAE Embassy in New Delhi via Twitter that the residents are welcome to come back from June 1st who are holding valid residence visas. Residents belonging to other nations have started their return to UAE. We can see people from Manchester, Islamabad, that is UK and Pakistan, then Cyprus, again Karachi. We are looking at Dhaka. This is Riyadh. Then we have someone from New York, someone from Canada, someone from Paris, someone from Philippines. So we can see that residents from all across the world who normally reside in UAE have started returning already. And we are at June 20, but we have not seen any Indians posting any stories of their return to UAE.
Now, I want to touch on one issue in passing. Some people agitate, perhaps for good reason, that they have entry permission to go back to the countries where they normally reside, and that they are not being allowed to go back. Wait a minute.
The minister has advised that we have been agitating. Agitating actually means to make someone upset, but we have been pleading and requesting the government to help us. However, since we expected this answer time and again because it has been put in tweets and statements, we have been continuously tweeting to Air India to advise on routes from different cities in India to Dubai and different cities in India to Abu Dhabi. These tweets go unanswered, or if they are answered, they are advised as please follow the website for updates. Emails are not responded properly. Call centers are not answered. If they are answered, the executives on the other hand don't have information. They claim to be working from home so they cannot connect to their supervisors or immediate managers. The CMD, Mr. Bansal, is not on Twitter. These are some grievances that have been posted on social media by the users who have been trying to book tickets. There are many more if you go on to find.
If you have permission to go back to a country A or U, anywhere in the world, nothing can prevent you from going back. You have the permission. All you need is a platform to travel on, a carrier to travel on. I have the CMD of Air India here with me, and I will request him to speak. Anyone who has a valid permission to travel back is most welcome to fly on his, because his outbound flights in any case are carrying far fewer people than the incoming flights to the Middle East and Gulf, to Singapore, to other countries in Southeast Asia. So you're most welcome to fly on those.
The minister has reaffirmed that you are more than welcome to fly on these. A look at the website of Air India mentions that they have an indemnity bond and indemnity letter, and they have some forms which say that the passenger traveling will follow the quarantine rules, and if he is sent back by the country receiving, he will be responsible to bear the charges and so on. I don't understand that those who have IC approval and want to travel back to UAE can also acknowledge these forms and travel on their own risk through the Air India flights, since daily we are seeing a lot of flights go. The minister has reaffirmed time and again on webinars in the press conference dated 20th June, but we have seen no action. Residents from neighboring countries, immediate neighbors, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, have started to return to the UAE. What we are looking at is maybe another diplomacy gap, which is spoiling the dreams of thousands of Indians who have homes, jobs, family, and a lot of dreams to look at over there. These are some articles mentioning that the national carriers of UAE have started operations to the neighboring countries. What we are looking at is that if Air India is not able to take us, let these airlines come and take us. But we just want to go there. Like he mentioned, we need a platform. It could be any platform. The residents have also tried to reach out to the consulate and the embassy of India in UAE, since they are residents of there, but there has been no response to emails, calls, tweets and physical meetings. It looks like the NRIs who are stranded in India are out of purview for CGI and embassy, because they are very busy dealing with only those people who are over there. RTA was filed on 20th May and lays on the table of CGI but has not been responded to. There are tweets about relationships with Abu Dhabi, but there is no further action on these tweets. The ambassador himself said that we would be happy to help. As soon as the UAE government gives you IC approval to return, we will facilitate your journey back on any suitable Air India flight. But Air India doesn't seem to be taking any bookings. The RTI remains open on queries asked on how to book these flights. The Air India schedule does not show anything transparently. The minister claims that there are a lot of flights going empty to the UAE, but looking at the Vande Bharat schedule that was released on 20 June for the third phase, that is VPM3, we can see only 2 flights from Mumbai to Sharjah. One is on 24th June and one is on 27th June.
Friends, I like to use a particular term I'm going to resist on social media trends saying, but this is not correct. Wait a minute. All the tickets for all these flights were in the most transparent manner made available for sale online. So anyone who's suggesting that this was done, well, the tickets were over before before too long.
It's not even about the tickets being over. The thing is that the flights are not showing on the website. So how did they get booked? Or are they running empty? Maybe if they are running empty, then why aren't we being taken? Since the minister has already said that we are free to go. So how do we utilize these flights? Why is Air India running in loss purposely? There is a huge demand. We are tweeting. There is an obsession that the minister has been talking about social media time and again. So people are over there wanting to take these flights, but it's not happening. So who is going to answer this? When we plead, it's not an agitation. Neither are we trolls. We are real Indians who are asking. We are filing RTIs, we are filing grievances, we are sending emails to top officials in CGI, Embassy, MEA, Ministry of Civil Aviation, even the PMO. But these go unanswered, or if they are closed with unsatisfactory response. We have no other way to get our voice heard other than attention on social media. We are trying to make videos, we are trying to educate other people to join us and asking the government to help us, but nothing is happening. Millions of tweets are found asking the government to assist, but there's no assistance. Indians are not trolls. If Indians are asking, there are real Indians. This is a story of a young mother who has left her 2-year-old baby in Dubai because she had to come to India for an emergency. I'll not go into the detail of the story, you can pause the video and read it. But in short, it says that the child is 2 years old and the child has a habit of waking up in the middle of the night and the mother blows air on his forehead and puts him to sleep. These are tough times. A child at the age of 2 years needs his mother the most. We are separating families. We are separating people from their dreams, livelihood. Is this what we want? When the whole world has started to run, the flights are flying, we are claiming that we have achieved domestic excellence. I'm thankful to this resident of UAE currently in Delhi. The name has been abbreviated to keep the privacy of the family. The reason the minister mentioned about agitation and such is because, of course, the residents have been asking for Emirates, Etihad, Fly Dubai and all to come because we believe that Air India is either not upscaling or it is not able to take all the capacity that this route has and the demand. So we are claiming that okay, bring in the airlines which are going to the neighboring nations and we will fly on these airlines. If the ministry claims that they don't have a clearance, or if the Ministry of External Affairs says they don't have any clearance, then it is the duty of the ambassador to address, as the residents cannot talk directly to the government. The act of diplomacy is required over here. We are requesting attention from the Prime Minister's office to resolve this stagnant approach. There is currently a huge accusation on Ministry of Civil Aviation for the monopoly of Air India not allowing other flights. Since EK and EY are heavy transit flights, what they do is take passengers from short distances and allow them to fly on longer distances transiting through the UAE. So it is also estimated or speculated that Air India wants to protect its heavily priced 1 lakh onwards flights from India directly to New York and other locations, because otherwise, like you can see, since Lufthansa has been given permission just recently, a couple of days ago, a Lufthansa flight from Mumbai to New York with one stopover is Rs 64,000 against a direct flight of 1,03,000, a difference of approximately 4 to 5 hours only, but a huge value of 40,000 rupees lower. So if EK and EY come, they could be even lower. If this is something that the ministry is looking at, it is very sad that just for a few amounts of money we are risking the lives of our friends and families across both the nations.
Meanwhile, it's not as if those private carriers or others have been sitting quiet. Many of them have been carrying out charter flights on a much larger scale.
In the press conference on 20th June, the minister claimed charter flights many times. He mentioned that charter flights are running in abundance. But is it easier said than done? Of course. Government proudly boosted the number of charter flights. Charter flights, as we know, is easier to do when group of people are known or concentrated, like a community or company employees, and it is easier to transport them. Residents in India are stranded across. Putting a charter together is very risky, time consuming. It can give rise to scams, duping. The Consulate General of India in the UAE doesn't endorse either. They have tweeted multiple times saying that we don't endorse travel agencies and charter flights to make other than community organization or company charter. Then how do Indians stranded in India go back? Either give us Air India or let the UAE airlines come in and take us. That's all we are asking for. Is it too much? The price discussion of 12,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 for one way, even this was discussed in the conference. However, we need a dialogue. We only want to go home. We bring a boat or a ship, we just want to go home. Residents have houses on rents, vehicles on EMI, children enrolled in schools, jobs to attend. All this is stranded. 100 days and counting for many expats with zero income for some of them, since a lot of jobs over there are field oriented. The expenditure is rising day by day. Many residents are staying at their friends and family houses since the lockdown. We are requesting for an immediate dialogue. We are requesting the CGI and ambassador with the help of Ministry of External Affairs to speak with UAE for clearances on pending IC approvals, since a small population of Indian residents haven't got it. That is because no one has still traveled. So the batch-wise clearance is not possible. Which carriers can carry us? This needs to be discussed. Either it should be Air India or their airline or the airlines based in UAE. Either of the ways we need a clearance. Ministry of Civil Aviation should act upon the resolution filed and allow limited flights until all residents have returned. If AI is permitted, then immediate circular and instruction should be given to AI to publish all flight details going to repatriate Indians from there, so that we can get on those flights and allow outbound bookings. I thank you for joining me in this particular deep presentation. I hope you can share it with your friends, family and other people, so that everyone understands what the turmoil fellow Indians are facing, and it should not be that more and more Indians face this ever again in life. Being away from home is very painful, and we do not want more Indians to suffer. We are just requesting you to share this video with your friends, family, and so that more and more people understand that the government has to assist us and help us. We are not against any government, any person, any party. We just want to go home and we need support, we need assistance. Thank you on behalf of all the UAE residents in India.